with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown, touchdown, 8th floor, come down, hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a mansion. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions. Right. And I don't need you to okay it. Yeah. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.
Coach, we're just a stone's throw from the Delaware River, and we've got some water to contend with ourselves. A steady rain falling at Lincoln Financial Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Philadelphia Eagles. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Ready. Check mark 47. No game on this defense. No game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Smith here. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy and sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
But there was pressure all around him, so the only play was to try and get out of there. I think it was an excellent effort by him just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
47. Yeah. 47 is the mic. Let's go, D. 47 is the mic, boys. 47. Check. 47.
Hey, wahoo! Fight.
They'll look to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
70, Indy.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
I'm going back to you.
You draw Parker.
He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. Miles Sanders' first carry of the game. Oh, he's got a little daylight. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And oh, his first carry, he loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And hopefully for both sides, not a sign of things to come, Charles. This morning, it was so perfect outside, but we knew this weather was coming, and we see the effects of it here early on.
And I wonder if how perfect it was this morning has psychologically fooled everyone. You know, it's almost like even though we were told the weather was coming, and you know the teams knew it as well, that maybe they got fooled and thought, it's going to be okay. And now they're probably a little upset that it's out there.
Because warm-ups were dry.
Oh, well, dry. Now you've got to make the change up, and it's the first quarter. Might take them a little time to settle in on their focus and concentration.
They'll drop the throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move, as that gives him a first down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And the Saints first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride when they go into.
And he's going to go down again. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or
try to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And let's pin them down. Go full strength.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
That 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All day, dog. Jim. Let's find 7. Switch. Go. Check. Frank. 22 jet bomber.
Now Wentz. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line.
Here we go. I'm coming after you.
Watch safety grip.
Gray 15.
Hatchet.
Wentz now on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
X3, 218, chop it. Hey, stack.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Man 5-7.
47's the mic, boy. 47. Check, 47.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Check safety.
Done.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
Let's go, fellas.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth.
First down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Hey, one set. Check, Mike, 50. Sunday. 54.
Check pass. Watch twist.
Sunday.
Right there.
What's this, son?
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. It's caught here by Adams. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched?
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Thomas the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Ready, break.
Mike, boy, 47. Check, 47. Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Get it.
Back to throw here. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down.
Yep. Crystal, grab it. Hey, Delta.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Wentz now on 1st down. Oh, he's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Eagles able to push further out in front.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Elliott good with a PAT. And a route is on here in this 1st half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me.
He's got a man, complete. Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll throw now on the final play. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
46 down, man, 5-4.
Throwing his Wentz. And Sanders has got it complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Hey, Mike 7.
Mike's 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Cameron Jordan, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Wentz on the give to Sanders. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
81, 6-6, pull it high.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Come on, baby, come on, let's go. Check 9, check 9.
No. Off.
Wentz going to throw. There's nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, other teams just go, okay. These are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us, and sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
You got nothing.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Herndon's got it complete.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Here we go. 60 outlaw.
Go, go, go. Check 99. Check 99. Kill.
Hey! Weapon. 27 marks. Shoot.
They'll go with Hill here on first down. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
You better be afraid of me. Ready?
He'll look to throw. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 10 yards, good for his Saints first down.
And the Saints first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
90 Wolf. You better bring it. You better bring it. Hey, Alpha.
2nd and 11. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Go.
Mike 47. Check Mike 47. I got you.
On the ball. Snap.
They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's go.
Now back to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
Right there. 55.
Again, he'll drop the throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
5-9, 5-9. Mike 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Hey, D-line, let's get in here. Hey, one set. Checks Mike 54. Mike 50. Hey, kill. Hey, 4-2, kill.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And that's complete to Sanders. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Bunch.
They'll run. It's Sanders. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Hey, I'm coming. 36.
Trey 15. Hey, exit.
54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
Hey, kill.
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Yo. Slam. Alert flare.
57. What's that?
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. They've got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check 13.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. They go quickly here out to Moore. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus.
82.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz going for it all. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now Wentz, flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Set up, 50, plant.
In your face.
Now a first down carry. It's Hill. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Come on, set. 60 or.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
2nd and 13. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at about the 31. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit. And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that? But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Shorty.
Right there, 54, right there.
Here.
Watch the curl.
The great 57. Hey, orbit. Come on now, what's that?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. It's caught by Sanders. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Mike 5-4. I'm coming. Check. Check 4.
From the gun on third down, Wentz into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Steps away to his left. And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
On the double.
47. Check back 47. Watch the screen.
Back to throw now on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You draw quarter.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
Complete to number 13. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
54. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
Corky, 82, Corky. Black.
Right there. 54, Mike.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw to the right side, and he's got Moore complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Go. Waiting.
54.
This by 7.
Man, they're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Hey, wahoo.
Football. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. 54. Watch 54. Watch the screen.
Working from the gun. Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
54. 57. 57.
Check 24. Check.
Let's find 7. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Wentz to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Watch QB drop. 47's the mic. 47's the mic.
Hey, zoom.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Here we go, D. Here I come. Here I come. He's checking. He's checking. He's checking.
Now Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Hey, Charlie.
Just like that. Just like that. 47.
Wentz now to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. On fourth down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down.